Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and we're back once again for another Let's Play of Echoes of Wisdom. And if you did miss out during the last one, we have went and explored throughout our time here in the Hyrule Castle Rift, got ourselves now with the boss key, and it's going to be that time where we are going to have to face off with Ganon once again. Now, just like from before, we have went and used Link for the said beginning fight within Ganon, but now since we're going to be playing here as Zelda, and we do have some new equifications with us, so let's go and finally put some of those to the good use out here and finally take on with Pig Ganon. Now, for what we're going to have to go and do for what this said battle is going to be is that we're going to have to set up with some of our equification friends of ours, and that is going to be, of course, with the Borblins. And these guys are going to be the ones that actually use the boomerangs with us, and they are going to be somewhat of a crucial help for the first couple of turns that we're going to have to go and do with our said time out here with Ganon. And at some point, he will get himself a little bit faster as we go along, and at that point in time, those said Borblins are not going to be any type of good use for us at all, but we will actually have to go and use a said type of boulder to at least somewhat make sure to protect ourselves from not getting hit by any of his fire attacks that are going to happen. But the good thing is that when he does use some of his fire attacks, it will turn some of his different fire attacks into the energy source that we do need to basically be able to use our sword fighter attack again. And that is what we're going to go and be using as well too, because like throughout most of these type of said rift areas, this seems like using the sword fighter ability is going to be what we are going to have to somewhat use as a mandatory thing out here. Because sometimes these Borblins don't do the best of jobs, but hey, at least the good thing is that we already went and head right through the first turn, so now he's going to be going a little bit faster as we go along, so just go and set up some boulders if you ever do need to, but yeah, he will go and try to destroy them as well. He does actually have his little orb attack, just like how we had to go and do, I think, before when we were playing as Link. Then we had to go and try to fire that back at him. Unfortunately, those boulders can't really go and last for too long when that happens, but just try to at least make sure that you're somewhat well protected as we are here. And just keep on using the Borblins as well. So, even if, like, I'm pretty certain that you don't really have to really worry about his orb all that too much to go and fire it back at him. You can still do regular attacks as well. But if you do want to go and, like, fire back his orb and, like, return it back right to him, you will be able to get some nice, better type of damage as well for that. So he does have his little throwing spear attack, which that can get a little bit annoying here and there. But just try your best to at least somewhat constantly dodge around. Now, within these two videos, I don't know if I already went and said, but I am going to be doing a Zack and Wiki. And unfortunately, within that time, is that since it is the actual said finale, I am not going to be able to go and complete off with the full said boss right away of Barbos. Even though that we already went and put Barbos away during our first mission within the whole Treasure Island situation in that area, we do have to go through a said final battle, which that has several amount of different said phases there. And the one type of phase is really, really, really annoying, where you have to use the Wiimote to guide the said type of crocodile hands to make sure that you go and throw it back right at them. And unfortunately, I am not the best when it comes to that, so I can't really go and finish off the last bit of the other said final phases that are going to happen within that game. But however, I do go and defeat out here with Ganon, so at least that is a good thing that's going to happen within these two videos. But yeah, so just make sure to go and block as best you can, dodge around those with those type of set fireballs. And just be a little bit careful there. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be setting up more of these Borblins here and see if we can get any more other extra damage. So that seems like that is going to be the good idea. Alright, so now he goes into his last and final phase. This is where he's going to go and start picking up the pace very much fast around over here. So yeah, so unfortunately, Borblins are no good at all throughout this last phase, so just make sure that you just have some boulders to at least somewhat kind of protect yourself as well. And if he ever does go and send out some of those different orbs, just keep on knocking it back at him as best you can, and just like that, I think we should be able to get him done here pretty soon. It looks like we got ourselves just with one more type of other said type of battle of his orb that we have to go through. Classic Legend of Zelda style of Ganon battles, right? Always have to go and throw back any of his orbs to him. Alright, and here we go. So now we're going to light it up, throw it back at him. Oh, okay, or we can get ourselves hit by it. Alright, and there we go. And just like that, I'm pretty certain this should be the last bit of hits now. There we go. And Pig Ganon is gone. New heart container for us so that we could go and continue onwards. And I believe this is, by this time, here in this game, we are now midway through the actual said way here of Echoes of Wisdom, which that is super cool. And I'm pretty certain that we only got a couple more other said dungeons to go, and we are all ready to try to hopefully at least finish off within this game. And then I can finally be able to go and do an actual said review of this game as well. And mind you, even if I do go and run into a situation where if I do like have somewhat of a failed attempt on trying to battle out with the said final boss of this game, I'll try and still hopefully try to do a review. And then it kind of just lets you guys know about what happens at the very end. But we're not going to try and psych ourselves out yet, because we haven't even made it to the finale yet at all. But there we go. Hyrule Castle Kingdom is finally back. And hopefully the king will also be in his happy-go-lucky state again. And I'm pretty certain that by now, the amiibo outfits will be available to us. And there we go, and just like that, we are now finally up to level 5 with Try, and that does mean that our, I think, echoes have been reduced a little bit more, so very nice. And we got some brand new other type of might crystals as well, which that's always handy, and we'll probably go and use that for something a little bit later, maybe for the next episode, heading back to Blueberries. But I think we'll just let this video go and play itself out for today. Thank you guys so much for going and sticking around over here for this said episode of Echoes of Wisdom. And I'll see you guys then. And of course, peace.